What is up guys, it is Ross and welcome back to another Mario Kart Wii Limitless Vehicle Showcase and Developer Commentary. In this episode, we will be going over the Standard Kart L. And the Standard Kart L is definitely... it's got quite an interesting concept for a standard car anyway, because you'll notice that this thing drifts very much to the side. And the reason for this is because Standard Kart L has a very high drift angle, but its drift stat is remarkably decent. Like, it stands out among all of the other wide drift angle karts in this mod, so like, obviously, Honeycoop, Off-Roader, and Day Tripper, in that it has a really sharp drift curve that makes its drift radius actually pretty good. Basically, this is to make sure that even though it has a wide drift angle, its actual drift tightness isn't too disadvantaged compared to the other two standard karts. And beyond its drift angle, Standard Kart L's stat spread is pretty bog standard. Like, it's got terrific weight, decent top speed, solid drift, good handling, acceleration is middling but still like decent, and its off-road is passable. Like, it can do some silly stuff with its off-road. And its mini-turbos are mediocre but not the worst. So Ross, you might be asking, why does the Standard Kart L have such a peculiar drift angle? Well, if you've watched my channel for ages, goodness, my channel's like, what, 11 years old at this point? God, I just felt my bones disintegrating as I said that. But yeah, if you've paid attention to my YouTube channel, you'll know that I positively adore the original Super Mario Kart on the SNES. Get sniped, bitch. But yeah, I positively adore Super Mario Kart. On the Super Nintendo, fantastic game. It's got great soundtrack, phenomenal graphics for its time. Like, I love the sprite style that that game has. The soundtrack, gorgeous. It's really fast as well. Like, it feels so fast. The gameplay may not have aged so well depending on who you ask, but I don't know. I have a soft spot for it. And yeah, it's just such a fascinating game for me that I decided at some point in Limitless to have the Standard Karts reference vehicles from that game. The Standard Kart M keeps its core identity from Mario Kart Wii. The Standard Kart S has driving styles similar to the lightweights in that game. But the Standard Kart L is probably the Standard Kart where the Super Mario Kart similarities shine the most brightly. The karts in that game, they shoot way the fuck out, and obviously that is present in Standard Kart L with its high drift angle. Very reminiscent of the way that the big lads like Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. tackled the turns in that game. So yeah, I kind of wanted to capture that similarity in Standard Kart L, and I guess it pays off from a gameplay tweaking perspective that I've been able to, at least in my opinion, maybe other people feel differently, capture that original envision very well. You could like take a Standard Kart L footage and just like, I don't know, slap a sprite of like Bowser from Super Mario Kart over the footage and like it would actually like not look totally out of place. Like, I don't know, like, there's definitely a lot of fun to be had with this vehicle. I can say, like, there are a lot of people in the Limitless community that are big fans of, like, altered drift style changes, like altered drift angles. Definitely give this vehicle a go. I would recommend this vehicle to anyone in a heartbeat who's a fan of, like, drift angle changes, because it feels so different than all the others, because it's pretty responsive. And while the wide drift angle means that it can struggle to attack turns as tightly as some other karts, the fact that you can, like, abuse redrifting and double hopping like I had to do on that final turn, N64 Wario Stadium is not a great showcase for this vehicle by any means. It offers a lot of skill expression, and if you're good if you're like knowledgeable about how karts work in the vanilla game, you can prepare ahead of time to like drift preemptively. And doing that would take a huge weight off this thing's back. Entering turns is scary, but once you're committed to the turn, it's not so bad. Because like you've already got the angle, so like at that point it just boils down to the sideways momentum, which if you've prepared yourself well enough should be second nature. Like you should be able to do it just as easily as you can do a vehicle with a normal drift angle, assuming you've given yourself enough time and preparation to do so. So I think for those that enjoy wide drift angles, or for those that are skilled with like the karting playstyle, I don't know, Standard Kart L's probably down your alley. Like there's definitely a ton of interesting stuff that can be done with this vehicle. No, the blue shell! Oh, but if you're not careful with the drift angle, stuff like that can happen. Because like it's all too easy to like clip a... What the fuck? It's like all too easy to clip like the side of a wall, and because you're drifting so far wide, you just utterly careen off in the opposite direction. So be careful of that. And I had to brake there, or else I would have done the same thing to the frickin' minecart. Oh, there's a fib. Who invited Michael Bay? What the fuck? Oh, so many things are happening in that lap alone. Didrik! It's okay, I'll just go around you. Oh. I'm so glad I hit that banana there, because I got a bounce that I wasn't expecting. That I would have been off the track if I didn't hit that banana, so... Godspeed, Mr. Banana, Godspeed. Alright. Surprisingly stressful lap 3, but you know what, we'll take the dub, I suppose, we'll take the dub. Standard Kart L having such a well-rounded stat spread and playstyle means that it would be, like, it would nominally be an excellent pack player, with its excellent weight, decent acceleration, and good handling. But its large hitbox complicates that a little bit. While it is surprisingly mobile for a heavyweight kart, at the end of the day, it's still a heavyweight kart. Like, it's still got the fat-ass hitbox to contend with. And the wide drift angle does it no favours when there's a red shell seeking to attack it from the side, and obviously you can't correct yourself, so it just, you know, it's just holding a big massive kick me sign. So even though Standard Kart L is very potent in the pack, you do have to watch yourself. It's, of all the pack vehicles, I would say it's maybe the most high risk, high reward. Maybe. I know Off-Roader definitely gives it a run for its money on that department. If you know what you're doing, you can be a terrorist. But if you don't know what you're doing, you will be the terrorized, so do keep that in mind. Oh. See, stuff like that is exactly what I mean. I feel like if I were on, like, Flameflower or Standard Kart M, my green shell would have cracked that banana. But because my angle was offset, because I drifted a 60-degree angle as opposed to a 45-degree angle, I wasn't able to crack the banana, and I hit it. Which is just proof in the pudding, like, you do have to watch yourself. Alright, and that's another dub for the Standard Kart L. Ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps up another Mario Kart Wii Limitless Vehicle Showcase and Developer Commentary. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out the next parts when they come out, and the previous parts if you haven't already. And until next time, that is Ross, signing out. Goodbye.